This is 4 months and the business has generated $500,000.
You're creating and working with the biggest brands from Boohoo, JBL, Netflix, Amazon, Pretty Little Thing.
This year has been my toughest year.
We're seeing you with the celebrities.
And the reality is it can get really, really lonely. Sometimes elevation takes separation.
As we transition from one phase to another, that also comes with an identity shift or an identity realignment.
Mindset, I'm hungrier. And hunger is not driven by money.
We're seeing you on the private jets.
Not the PJs. I've seen money. I've also realized that money comes, money goes. I've had to learn how to redefine success. Oh my God, I put this out into the world and I wish I could take it back. And I'm probably going to get dragged for saying this, but I think they're lazy.
This year's been beating everybody's behind.
And in that moment, it genuinely felt like everything that I'd worked for 7 years plus is just literally just crumbled overnight.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to a new episode of the Dreams, Money, Purpose podcast. It's your girl, Nella, and I'm back with another guest. But this time, it's not just a guest, okay? It's a special guest. It's one of my favorite people in the world. One of my best friends, actually.
That's true, actually. Best friend, I agree.
Yes.
Favorite people, I don't know.
Why? You would have to be one of my favorite people to be one of my best friends.
Nah, you just know me long enough. I don't even know what else to put in your life. I'm either an enemy or a friend at this point.
Yes, it is second time guest. It's Tafara Makopa.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, you know. Tired, good, busy, blessed,
Amen.
favored, and hungry. Not for food, so I don't have to worry about
Okay.
order food, but just hungry.
Okay. Hungry
But
for more.
I'm in a very good space right now.
Good.
Very good space.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Tafara is a creative genius. He is a director, creator, sometimes producer, producer, and I would say probably produced some of the UK's favorite shows online.
Oh, thank you.
And now
Thank you.
going into TV as well.
Thank you.
He's probably produced one of your favorite shows, and we're going to get all into it. I think maybe let's start with, we'll go back, but I think I want to start with where you are right now.
Yeah.
So you recently made a huge change to your life, and
Tell me about it.
you created your own company. So tell me all about that. I don't want to spoil it.
So, yeah, big change. Mako Studios. Mako Studios has been inspired by a few things.
What is Mako Studios?
So Mako Studios is a creative house which works with brands, talent, and production companies. So it's not a production company per se. And I didn't want to go into production company because I just run one for the last 8 years. So I was like, I need something that's more, something that allows me to spend more time doing what I enjoy the most. So I came up with Mako Studios. I think Mako Studios was probably one of the scariest but boldest moves that I made my whole career to date. I've been spending a lot of time with my dad prior to the shift. And then I think from just spending time with him, legacy became a thing that was consistent. So that's why I even called it Mako Studios, not any other thing, because Mako is like the first 4 letters of my surname. Bold move, scary.
What made it
good.
scary?
I think I got to a point in my career where I was very comfortable. I got to a point in my career where I was always used to having people around me. And I got to a point also where I got that far without it having to be me, if you know what I mean. So like, I don't have to be in front of the camera. I don't have to talk about it. I don't have to be the one that does all of that stuff. I would let A, the work do the talking, and B, there's other people in the business that can do that. And I'll just carry on behind the scenes doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But the only way Mako Studios could be successful is if I stepped out and I said it right. I think the first time I made an announcement, like moving and starting off, and that was insane.
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't have any context to what you're referring to, so you moved from...
I'd been at Wolof Entertainment for about 8 years.
As a
managing director there. Stats are the stats. Managed to get to business to a point where I was, I'm super proud of what I achieved there. Like really, really proud of what I managed to achieve there. When I look back, I was like, yeah, it was a lot of God's work to get there as well. And it was never easy. Like, it looked easy, but it was never easy. So I went through 8 years pretty much retransforming pretty much what the industry really looks like now. Because when you see it now, it's like you see bits of everything that I was trying to do and was doing.
Yeah.
while I
So
was at
maybe
the wall.
let's go into maybe origins or just like some of what you have been doing in the last 8 years to then give context to what you're doing now and where you are going. So you moved from Wall of Entertainment, where you worked with another team, a team of great people doing great things, and
amazing.
you guys achieved
a lot
so
together.
much. But I want to get into some of the things that you achieved. So in that time, you were creating shows, working with loads of different brands, companies, some of which included for Asylum, Pretty Little Thing, JBL.
This is when I know how good of a friend you are. Yeah, keep going. JBL.
I mean, I could read your whole CV.
Go on, JBL. Go on.
JBL, Prime
Video,
Prime Video, and more. And plus. I'm gonna say I don't know because the list is endless.
To be fair,
the list is endless.
Some of them I forget. So even because obviously in that 8 years, and that's not to say like some people are not important than others. I mean, some projects were one-off projects, and some projects were continuous projects, long-standing projects. So I think across the time, I could, if you asked me to name every brand, I'll also need some time to write it down. And I might need to go back on YouTube and look and say, and this as well. Because 8 years is a long time when you're doing a lot. It's a short time when you're doing a lot, but it's also a very long time to remember everything that you're doing a long time. But I think like you said, the key clients, the Netflixes, the Channel 4s, 4.0, Fort Asylum, the start of the journey of the Fort Asylum journey, JBL.
Yeah. Tell us some of the shows that you helped direct, create whilst you were there, or some of the ones that were your idea. Like, guys, I have this idea for this show and I want to create this.
Do you know what? Most of it, to be honest, because when you're in a team, it's really like, it's a team effort. Yeah, you'd say, yes, I want to create this. And then obviously you work around as a team and you get it to set in place. I think the easier thing to do is tell you the projects I'm most proud of.
Yeah, I think
that's the easiest. Like, let me say my top 5. In no particular order, one of the projects that immediately come to mind that I'm extremely proud of was a project called Talk That Talk that I did for Prime Video. I think the reason why that project stood out for me was...
What was it?
So the talk show, five ladies. That's one. Second project I'm really proud of is Does the Shoe Fit? I think I'm proud of Does the Shoe Fit for many reasons. I'm proud of the impact. That was the first moment that like I've been involved in such a vehicle that had such lasting impact. And even now, every so often, you know, the jokes from the show will come back. That's the second project I'd say I'm super proud of. Third project I'm super proud of. Outside of that, Harry Pinera's Worst in Class I'm super proud of as well. There's a project called Elephant in the Room. Super proud of Elephant in the Room. And Chef Asylum. I think Chef Asylum I'm super proud of. Because it's a cooking show, it's fun.
One of the things I appreciate about the shows that you've created, it's fun, it's funny, it's lighthearted, it's a comfort show. It's something that you're like... oh, I'm not really in a good mood today. I'm going to put this on and it's going to make me laugh. And someone's going to say something very silly or very stupid. And so I think that's something that I love. So now, having fast forward 8 years later, you have now launched your own business.
Yes.
You've gone from working in a team, working with other people.
Yes.
To almost a one-man show. But now this is really you driving your own bus.
Yes.
It's your company.
It's my
the
baby.
Success,
That's my baby.
It's your baby.
Yeah.
The success
Yeah.
of it is all up to you.
Yeah.
How does that responsibility feel on your shoulders and how does it land with you?
Do you know what's good question? When I think about that now, on this particular day, that responsibility feels a lot lighter on my shoulders than the one I had before.
The responsibility of working in your previous company?
Yeah. I think the responsibility of the previous was a lot more heavier on my shoulders because there was a lot more visions to align. Whereas this responsibility is my vision to align and the purpose that I genuinely believe that God put me on this earth for. So, and I don't have to compromise that purpose. I don't have to compromise that creativity. I don't have to compromise that mindset. Not to say like I can't compromise and work with people, but it's really difficult to lead. The best way to describe it is difficult to lead and pull. It's easier to lead and go.
Okay.
Right. So right now,
talk about that then.
So right now, I feel like I'm in my lead and go mode. I'm not in my lead and pull. That's why it feels lighter. It's literally like lead and go now. It's like smell it, sniff it, attack it. and I can do it all. Like, this
Whereas
is what I'm
before
doing.
you had people, as you were saying, the pull thing about like,
Yeah.
you had a team to pull with you. You had a team to maybe discuss, consider, let's
Do all of
think
that.
about,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
all of these things. If we take this project, if we do this, if we work with this company, these are the consequences. If
Yeah.
we don't work with this company, as you're saying now, it's easier to go forward and just
100%.
execute.
100%.
You know, you're able to just plan, execute, think,
Yeah.
plan, execute, and not have to do the back and forth, which then causes delay in the journey or the process.
And even if you look at like my work rate now, I've got 4 shoots I need to execute. But it's all things that I'm passionate about. It's all things that I really believe that the world needs. And not saying I as in like it's all about me, but I as in like the purpose that I believe I'm here to fulfill. I'm just going and doing
Which
it.
is what?
Which is to bring joy. Bring joy, bring opportunities. Like, my name is Tafara, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's in the name.
What does Tafara mean?
Tafara means, or it's a Zimbabwean saying that people say when they're really, really happy. So it's like, why wouldn't I do that? Like, why wouldn't I just, the name's there, just fulfill the name. And that is also to create opportunities and to break boundaries. And I feel like I'd been doing that for the last 8 years. And I think like now with a little pivot, I'm doing it in a much more quicker, faster, efficient, and much more impactful way. And not even just talking numbers, but if I think from the time that Mako Studios was born, it was conceived and then it was born. So from when it was born and it was out to the world, I think the company has now generated what? And I'm only talking from April. This is 4 months, and the business has generated 500,000. How it
Lunch
is
is on you today.
do you know what I
Hallelujah.
mean? Do you see what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, and it's all God's work, and it's 500,000 that's going into so many different people's pockets. How people through certain things, and I'm like, I'll take that every time. If every 4 months is 500,000, let's do it.
I love that for you.
Do you know what I mean?
What you were saying about purpose, one of the things that I've been thinking about personally is as we transition from one phase to another, which you have gone through, like a massive shift and a massive change that also comes with an identity shift or a identity realignment.
Yes.
How have you seen that within yourself, or what are some things that you've been going through like internally, you know, as things have been changing, shifting so quickly, and even like adjusting from someone who is working within a team and also relying on other people to pull through for you or whatever support,
That's a good question.
contribute to now being, you are steering the ship, as you said, and you are the head of this company, you're the CEO, everything is on you to take responsibility for. How has that shifted you,
I think
your mindset and your identity?
I'm hungrier. Mind-wise, I think hungrier than ever. The hunger is not coming from money, because I've seen money and I've also realized that money comes, money goes. That's not what the hunger is coming from. The hunger is more coming from impact and the next generation. And what is the future of, so what's the next evolution of digital content and content in general and entertainment in general and storytelling? That's where most of the hungers come from. And that's why I haven't pivoted into a production company, because from a production company, then I'm just producing my stuff. But what I've pivoted into allows me to tap into all the production companies and help where I can to steer and tighten up some of that storytelling, and also learn how some of those stories are told and some of the things that people do and how people tell their stories as well. So that the hunger level has been insane. One thing I've had to do is I've had to learn how to redefine success. And that's been a very interesting internal battle.
Tell me more.
It's
What
like-
was your definition of success before and what is it now?
My definition of success before, thinking back now, was very bottom line driven.
So the numbers,
The numbers with
finances,
Yes.
the numbers on the screen. You know,
Yes.
we have 1 million views on this video. We
And if
have
you don't-
hundreds of
Yes.
thousand streams on this TV show.
Yes. Yes. And that was pretty much like black and white. And then now I'm doing things with more purpose, like giving a platform to people that don't have
That don't have a platform.
that don't have a platform, that don't have most of those opportunities coming their way. Spending time with people and investing in people properly and going, okay, I genuinely see this in you. Let's do this and let's do this show together. That is the biggest difference. And I genuinely feel like God's been realigning even that mindset for me out of that mindset now. So that's what was my obsession. Still my obsession now to a certain extent, because it's like you put it out, you want to know what it is. And the analytics are there, like, and it's fun when it's all going well, but it can be very depressing very quickly if it's not going too well. Year on year, like, you know, you'd hear me speak about when I was at the wall, like from barely making any 5 digits, you know, to making 6 digits, 7 digits into the millions, you know. And I remember the feeling when the first year was £1 million revenue, and the next year was £2 million revenue. The next year was £3 million revenue. And remember that feeling of like growth, but the growth being more driven by what the finances were and how that was being a thing that made me feel like, yes, this is going the right way. Whereas like now, it's impact more than anything else. Because I'm like, if I can give an opportunity to someone for them to start their career and for them to move into something and for them to feel fulfilled and for them to enjoy what they're doing, then I've done my job.
So as you're talking about impact, talking about being purposeful, and tell us about the show, and then we can go into Chip actually.
So Chip, with Chip, obviously, he's been in the entertainment space for a very long time. He's been a rapper for so many, I think 20 years, he said. And he's been very successful in his journey and he's done all of those things, right? But I think sometimes people put people in boxes very quickly. Like, oh, you're the rapper, you're the this, you're the this. And for me, it's like, I started off as an accountant. I'm not the accountant right now. Do you know what I mean? I've become the creative, and I was like the accountant before, and I was the this, and I was the tennis player at some point, and I was the athlete at some point. So I do believe that people need to be allowed to shift boxes. So when Are You Even Real was an idea that came out, Are You Even Real came out, it's a dating show, blind dating show, which I love dating shows. All right.
We know. You've given us many of them, which we love, to be fair, because I think everyone loves a good dating show.
Yeah, I love dating shows, but I always like to do dating shows based on what I'm seeing in the world or where I am. So I'll let you do the maths. So when you do like a show like Does the Shoe Fit, where I was at the time, I was a younger man, group chat was popping, and the girl that I'll speak to, my boys will know the vibe of the show. It was very much lads group chat exposed.
Very much lads
Right.
group chat exposed, yeah.
Exactly, right? And that's where I was. And that's how I also saw dating. Then now when you look at Are You Even Real, it's a bit more mature, still fun, still funny, but with the curveballs that we see in day-to-day life. Like AI now with tech and people not actually being themselves and relaying more on responses based on what AI is saying. Like people that claim to know who they are, but these are things that I'm seeing day to day, and my friends are calling me like, you never believe this is what happened, or I was dating this guy and this is what happened. Like all of these stories I've been hearing, I was like, this is what dating looks like. So I always like to take what's going on and how I'm seeing the world and just let's laugh at ourselves, because if we don't laugh at ourselves, who will? And that's where those ideas came from.
You know, knowing the responsibility you have as a director, as the one who's creating these shows, as to how it feeds into culture. Because I understand how like art imitates life, life imitates art. But there is a point where art starts to influence the
100
culture, society,
100%.
and the ways that we do things.
I agree with that, yeah.
So then now my question is to you, with shows that you're producing now, and maybe even were producing before, or directing, creating before, were you thinking about like the impact that it makes? Because I think even with something like Does the Shoe Fit, right, it creates a certain, I don't want to say narrative, but it makes you see things a certain way, and the way that we discuss dating, the way we discuss love, the way we like talk about or engage in relationships.
Yes, 100%. I think now I'm a lot more mindful. Like when you watch, or if you watch, and when you watch Are You Even Real, you actually laugh at no one is being embarrassed. No one is showing off. It's not over sexualized. It's just a very good conversation about things that people speak about in a tone that is homely, but also relatable. And I think now I feel the responsibility, because I'm like, if my child is now watching Are You Even Real, am I going to turn off the TV and say, you can't watch that? Or am I going to be like, come son, let's sit here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Is
Like,
that something that
is it something that I'm going to be
proud of?
Yeah.
So with some of the other shows in the past that you've created, that obviously have created viral moments and like created conversation, how does that land with you now?
Do I have a show that I wouldn't do again if I was to redo it now? That comes to mind. I don't really think so. I think the tone would be different because I've just learnt better.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
And so maturity as well.
yeah. I feel quite honoured that I don't have that, oh my God, I put this out into the world and I wish I could take it back.
So you've worked with, obviously, with so many creators.
Yeah.
We've mentioned Grace Ajilore, Chip, Harry Panero. You've worked with, why has my mind just gone blank?
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
Yeah. Like,
So what are some things that you think make talent special? And also, like, what is some advice that you can give to some of the new guys that are coming up? Upcoming content creators, influencers, digital creators, media personalities that are like, I want to get my foot in the door. I want to do this social media thing. I want to be a TV personality, social media personality. What are some things that they can do that would make them stand out, and top tips?
so I think for me, the first one is you have to work on your craft. Like, it's not easy and it's not going to happen overnight. You have to work on your craft. I think some people just, one viral video doesn't equal brand deals. One viral video is one viral video. Consistency equals deals. And for me to then work with someone, I never work with people that have had one viral videos, purely because I don't know where to place you. So I don't want to be the first part of your, if I get it wrong, I'm guessing at this stage I would have got it wrong, and I put you in a format that doesn't suit you. And I don't want to do that to your career. So be consistent, and it does not happen overnight, right? Continue to work on your craft. Number 2 is professionalism and just being a nice person to work with. Like, I've worked with people because they're nice to work with, because when you've been a creative, you want to enjoy what you're doing, and there's nothing worse than going to work where you're supposed to enjoy what you're doing to create something with someone that's difficult to work with. Like, anyone that's really difficult to work with, like now more than ever, that's dying down completely. That's number 2. So be a nice person, be friendly, say your highs, show up to events, be on time, just normal stuff. But you'd be surprised how much that doesn't happen. And I'll say, like, my final tip is find your lane and stick to it. Because, like, I find a lot of creators sometimes, or upcoming creators, they try to jump on what they think will trend. But then what's trending is someone else's 3-4 years worth of work that they've consistently been doing. And because, like, there's TikTok, there's Instagram, there's Snapchat, there's YouTube, there's so many places that people are, you have to work 4 or 5 times as harder now. Whereas before, there was no TikTok, there was no Instagram. YouTube came out flying, and then Snapchat, and then, do you know what I mean? So there was one place where everyone was coming, but now it's a lot more difficult because you're spreading your time in between Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, this. So you have to be consistent and stay in your lane. Those would be my top tips.
I love that. You're a talent manager. Are you still a talent manager?
Nah, I think I've hung my boots.
You've hung your boots with talent management.
Unless I meet someone that I'm really like, do you know what?
I don't know. I feel like that's low-key your bag, but I think that's a conversation we can have later.
Yeah, but the reason, do you know what it is?
So why did you hang up your boots with talent management?
I think there's a lot that comes with it, and also alignment as well. Like, I think especially where I am right now, maybe later in life I'll reconsider. But you're right, low key, like, I've killed it in that world, right? But I think for me, it's like I can't focus on 3 talents at once, if that makes sense. One of those talents being me, because I need to sharpen up my tools. I need to continue to be better with what I'm doing. That's what's going to create this legacy that I'm building.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, like, spending enough time with my dad recently, and he's just been really drilling into me the importance of legacy and the importance of the name, the importance of, like, all of those things. So I kind of have to manage me as talent first, then trying to do that for someone else and giving them that. Currently where I am in my career is not something that I'll do justice.
So what are some things, I guess you kind of started to touch on it before with my previous question. What are some mistakes that you're seeing influencers do in their careers that could maybe even shift them to a new level or even open them to new clients?
Unrealistic expectations. It's constant. Unrealistic expectations is the most constant thing I see, and I'm seeing it more now, right? Because like I'd call people and I got a crazy quote back. Was so brazy. I said, I wouldn't even pay that for a full day. That your relationship with that brand is not there anymore because you just unrealistic. You're unrealistically expensive.
What are some other mistakes influencers are making in their careers that maybe they're just not aware of, or it's just
I
their
think
managers are not maybe bringing to their attention or whatever?
because the pool of talent has gotten a lot bigger, brands have a lot more choice. So brands actually want to work with people that align with them. And I think another mistake I've seen influencers / talent, upcoming talent do is they reach for brands that don't even align with their own beliefs. And it's very obvious to the brands that you guys don't align.
Yeah.
And then in the off chance that the brand doesn't pick it up that you don't align, what then happens is your audiences will know that you don't align. So when you then do that work with that brand, your audiences will turn your back on you because they're like, yo, that doesn't align. How dare you work with this brand and you represent this, and this brand represents this, but you said you represent this. And I think that is something that a lot of talent find themselves caught up in. And then you lose that engagement. You start losing that value as a person. And that's another mistake. And the last mistake is the flip side of it, where the talent just work with everyone. And then
So influencers not being selective enough in
Yes.
who they're working with.
Exactly. And those are the three things that I see very common.
But the second point makes so much sense, because sometimes you're like,
How did
sis, we know you for hair and beauty. Now you're trying to sell us cooking utensils and domino. I don't
but it
understand.
also doesn't, but it also it's not done well. That's like
It doesn't
it's
feel
okay. It's okay
organic.
for you to it's okay for you to come out your box and give us something new and we love it. Like we saw Chip come out from rapping to hosting a show.
Yeah.
He's still in that entertainment space, and it's funny because last time I spoke to him, he was like, "Yeah, Taf, forget rap for now. I'm a YouTuber now." You know, and
I mean, someone could look at you and be like, wow, like Tafara's life is glitz, it's glamour. You're creating and working with the biggest brands from, as we said, Boohoo, JBL, Netflix, Amazon, Pretty Little Thing. We're seeing you with the celebrities. You're the influencers go-to guy, right? And we're seeing you on the private jets.
not
Right?
the PJs,
You see him as in PJs because he's used to that.
not
life.
the PJs.
You know, so I'm like, wow, this is great. I want to do what Taf is doing.
Don't do it.
Oh, okay. What is the reality? Is it all glitz and glam? Is it easy?
Nah,
What's
it's
been the challenging part?
It's not glitz and glamour, and the challenge. It's been really. I think for me, this year has been my toughest year. I mean, it looks good on paper, and whoever writes that story writes a killer story. But this year has been my toughest year.
This year's been beating everybody's behind.
No, but like this year's been my toughest year. Like really, really tough. There's been moments I've looked at myself and said, "Why me? Like why? Like
Why am I going through this?
Yeah, why am I going through this?
The challenges.
The challenges that comes with it. This year's taught me a lot as well. And it's not just this year, but it's just this industry and the time I've spent doing what I'm doing has taught me a lot, right?
Yeah. So let's get into maybe like some of those lessons, some of those challenges.
So you get into a situation where I think for me it's like I love loud, and when I'm committed, I'm committed, and we do. If we're gonna do something, we do something, right? And I've had moments this year in my career where I've looked around and I'm like, right, like the whole world, what was my world, have turned around and turned their backs on me. But genuinely, I was trying to all move us forward, right? And that's a really harsh reality. And another reality is like, not everyone is your friend.
Like just because we're colleagues and we work well together doesn't mean we're friends.
A very good friend of mine, Corinne, sent me this Instagram post, and it was Ruga. Ruga was saying, like, in the industry, you're lucky to have one or two friends. Probably one or two friends. People are actually your friends and they genuinely care. Everybody else is here for the ride, right? And this year was another realization for me. It was super tough for me to take it because when 8 years in, I've been helping a lot of people, getting them to certain places, getting them to certain rooms, making sacrifices, using myself as a as a scapegoat to some extent when certain things don't go well, and I'm taking the brunt for everyone, and we're all happy, and I'm feeling, yeah, like we're moving, and then it's like, oh snap, now we're not. You're like, wow, this is some of the realities, and the realities is it can get really, really lonely in that space, because it's like the creative work is very consuming in terms of time. So when your whole world around you collapses for anything, it could be a project that's gone wrong, it could be a fallout over something really, really stupid, then it's like, psh, then you're like, wow, like it's just genuinely me, and you're not in touch with anyone else. So it can
It's a
feel very,
shock.
yeah, it can feel very lonely, and the highs are very high, and the lows are super low. Like I even remember, like I think, yeah, picture up from the airport. That was probably one of my lowest lows in a while. But no one, but you could have never told. You could have never tell, right? You could have never seen it. And then in that moment, it genuinely felt like everything that I'd worked for, everything I'd worked really hard for the last however many years, 8 years plus, 7 years plus, is just literally just crumbled overnight. What is more strange about this industry, you know, the PJ industry, is everybody talks, but no one actually listens. And then because we're creatives, when they then talk to the next person, they'll add their creative spin, they'll add their creative spices.
They'll add the salt and pepper to the
their own
story, and it's like,
creativities
bro,
to
that
it.
never happened.
And then it then
Like,
comes.
yeah, I heard Tough did this, and then Tough, blah, blah, blah.
But you know, if the things I've actually like
Heard about yourself.
heard about myself, I'm like, wow, who is this guy? I need to meet him. Like, who is he? Let me also speak to him, you know? And it's like, all of that will happen, right? And then you're like, but then everyone forgets that actually you're the same person that stood by them when it was the other way around. You're the same person that took all the bullets for everyone else and kept a smile on your face. You're that exact same person. But the moment that it's not cheers and glories and wins and all and everything else, it's like banish you. That is
Off
really
with his
terrible.
head kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think
It's literally off with your head. And it's literally whoever has the loudest voice is who people will listen to. And no one would then ever call your phone and say, yo, like,
are you okay?
are you okay?
What
Because
happened?
you gotta remember, like, I used to get so many calls from people. Some of the calls would be, you know, like the last 3 months we haven't really been getting a lot of brand deals. Is there anything that you can do to help? I'll be like, sure, let me put you in touch with XYZ. Actually, I've just come up with this idea. Let me pitch it to this. And then I'll have you attached to it. This. And the deals will come and the deals will happen, right? But then it was okay for you to call me when the money
you felt
wasn't
like
right.
I could help. I could help you, and I was useful to you.
Yes. And then when it's the other way around, it's never the same. So that's the harsh reality of what the industry really is.
It's like everybody's in it for themselves.
100%. 100%. And it's a shame, to be honest with you, but it's the reality. At the end of it all, like one of the biggest lessons I've learned this year, when it's all said and done, it's just business.
Oof.
The friendship is business. The getting along, the dances, the this, it's just business. You're lucky to have one or two. But actually your community is who you have.
Wow.
I say that, but I'm also very lucky to have more friends than one or two in the industry that I've managed to have. But like right now, in this phase of my career, I don't have as many friends as I had previously.
Wow, really?
Nah, I don't. And it's okay, right? It's good. It's okay. Because someone said a quote to me. They said, sometimes elevation takes separation, right? And I'm like, oof. But
it's almost like, you know, the vision I get when you say that, it's like a shedding of the weight.
yes.
And it's like, as you shed that weight, the higher you're able to go.
Yes.
The faster you're able to go, the further you're able to go, because it's like, you no longer have those things that are like holding you down or holding you back or just adding more to you than you need.
Yeah.
First of all, I mean, sorry for that, by the way, because I feel like
That's
it's life, yes, but also it's heartbreaking because that's a society we've created, right?
100%.
Because what I'm getting from you is that you feel like there was a lot of people that were still around you and were around you as long as you were able to provide opportunities for them, money for them, of course, put them in places to benefit, whatever. But as soon as they felt that you were no longer in that position,
it was like,
they were like, okay, let me not be associated with that or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think what will probably happen, and what you might have seen probably start to happen already, is people starting to come back like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
with
Yeah.
their tails between their legs, right?
No, even it's never toes. It's
Because
never toes behind the legs. It's never that. And this is where, like, I think I'm glad that I've done the work that I've done, and I'm glad that, like, really and truly, like, I'm a believer and God's done a lot of amazing stuff in my life. Yeah. And unfortunately, I've succumbed, like, losing people is not new to me because of the way I grew up. So you know that anyway, right? You know that anyway. So when people go, it hurts in the moment because they're going out of, like, with no remorse and no goodbyes. But the moment you get over the fact that they didn't say goodbye, you understand that they've done the goodbye. And the one thing that humans have is audacity. So no one is ever going to come with the tail between their legs, right? Most of them will reach out on like as if they can't even see what you're doing. And most of them will reach out on oh yeah, congratulations, this and the other, and let's just forget that I bugged out when this happened and I went this way and I did this and all
I
of that
did you
stuff.
wrong, or I wasn't there for you.
Yeah. Like that's let's just forget about that part. Let's just move on and do this and do that. But I think for me, it's like I'm honestly in a space where I'm like, I genuinely believe that what the Lord has done in my life is the same thing that happened when Noah was building his ark. There's people that I went to and say, yo, like, let's jump onto this. Let's come. Let's
build together.
Let's do this. And we'll do this and we'll do that. And it was no, like, this, ignored this, that, and the other, this, that, and the third. And then it's like, now I'm here and now Mako Studios is doing what Mako Studios is doing. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, why did you leave us behind?
Ark. Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
built the
no.
ark and now you're floating on your ark or on your boat.
Yeah.
But you've not allowed us to come into the boat.
But I'm like, yeah, but I did.
I invited
and remember,
you.
you told me you didn't want to come here. By doing things that you've done and by saying certain things very loud. So for me, I'm like, no, I don't. That's why I was like, mentally, I'm in a whole different space. Like family, business, it's the earthling things that I prioritize. God number one, family, then business. That's it. Everything else, like
the politics.
Like I'm not into politics. I'm not into this. I'm not into that. I'm literally just going into. I'm not into any of that because I've learned. And like there's things that I've seen happen. I'm like, I could help you, but no, because and it's not but no because I don't like you, but no, I'm not gonna sacrifice myself anymore. I'm having to choose myself more than sacrifice myself more.
Oh,
it's
I'm having to choose myself more than sacrifice myself more.
Yeah.
That is a word.
And that is something I learned this year.
That is a word.
Like the journey I've been on this year has been telling me that more and more and more and more.
Choosing yourself more.
Because it's like, if you genuinely believe, and this is like, because we've had these conversations before, yeah? Like if you genuinely believe that you're chosen and you know that you're chosen and the Bible tells you you're chosen, why are you not choosing yourself?
Tafara. Golly.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like why? If literally,
Facts.
if the book tells you you're chosen, if the book tells you that you are loved before you sinned and you're loved after you sin, and you're always going to be loved even if you continue sinning, why are you not loving you?
Well,
but you're very good at trying to love everyone else. You're very good at sacrificing yourself for everyone else. You're very good at choosing yourself as the sacrificial lamb every
when
single
you
time.
don't always have to be
but
the
you're
sacrificial
not even
lamb.
the lamb. Do you know what I mean?
Like
you're not even the lamb.
You don't have to.
You're not even the lamb.
Yeah.
You're Abraham in this moment where God is gonna send the lamb for you to sacrifice. He's gonna test you and say you're gonna sacrifice your son. Then after that, he's gonna give you everything. You've already passed the test. You've sacrificed enough before. So why do you keep sacrificing yourself? And I think once I got into that mindset of Taf,
you can't always be the savior.
And
like you can't put yourself in the position to always be the savior, always the fixer, always the doer, and a people pleaser too.
Yeah.
You can't always be the people pleaser.
I suffered from that massively.
Do you know they say that sometimes, I'm not saying this is you, that sometimes people pleasers are manipulators.
Yeah, they do. Trust me, they do. I suffered from that. I suffered from, like, I'd always sacrifice myself. Even if it was like money, it's okay. I'll put in my own money. Let's build this. If it was food, it's okay. You can have the food. But I never did it for any like malicious intent.
Yeah.
Because I believe like if I had any malicious intent, I'll be gone by now. Like there will be none of this would be happening.
Yeah.
The
There
31st,
wouldn't
the
be
31st of July
there
would
wouldn't
never
be a
happened.
comeback.
There was a guy that came to the screening. Then he said, "You know what? Like the speed at which you just gone from this to that has been incredible, Taf."
Impeccable. Because for somebody else, it would have taken like 6 months to a year of like
yes.
planning, pitching,
Right.
blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blah, blah.
And that was, so Amir said that to me, and I'm like,
So, okay, so which is what I was going to ask you earlier about transitioning well, suffering well, and managing yourself well in seasons of testing and in seasons that are difficult. As you were saying, obviously transitioning from like one old thing into new. How did you do that well? Because I think for somebody else, as you said, this has been one of the toughest seasons, but outside looking in, it looked as if it was just like a smooth transition. Obviously behind the scenes, yes, we know it wasn't easy, but how do you manage that?
I still felt like it wasn't quick. I still felt like it wasn't.
Okay, but I want to get to the practicals, because despite of what you felt, you still did and are still doing.
I think the practical part of it is something clicked in my head, which was, again, why do you always want to sacrifice yourself? Choose yourself, trust yourself, believe in yourself. Then after that, I just kept going. I didn't stop, and I wasn't scared of making mistakes in the process. I was not overthinking things in the process. I was not scared of embarrassment anymore. I took embarrassment and I said, that's my makeup. So if I'm going to go out there and embarrass myself, at least you've already seen it. What else can you do? What's the worst? And that was what made it quicker than it could have been. I didn't overthink anything. I woke up and I said, I'm doing this. And then I'll act on it.
Execution.
And I would act on it immediately. I'll be like, okay, I want to get 2 or 3 brands to start off with that I'm going to introduce Mako Studios to. I ran 20 brands that day. 10 of them picked up my call. One of them is BoohooMAN. The other 7 said they were not ready. And there's 2 more that are going to be announced soon once the time is right that I'm working with, right? So that's my 3. But I didn't do 3 and call the first 3 and they said no and then I stopped. I went to 20. Then after that, I'm like, okay, I want to work with...
You cast your net and then the fish came.
Yeah. And then it's the pivot, right? It's the pivot. I don't know if you... Because I'm quite like... I've become really close to God during this time. Like very, very... Like a lot... I thought I was close until I went through this season. There is a verse in the Bible where it talks about when Jesus was on a boat with the disciples and they were fishing and they couldn't catch anything. Yeah. And then Jesus said, literally, cast your net to the right side. Something so simple, which for me, what I took from that, I remember I was reading the Bible and I got to that point and it hit me. Then I was like, the truth is, if they say no, have you tried those ones? And that's how I carried on going. So if everyone said no, I'll be like, okay, you said no, but I haven't tried you. Okay, you've said no, but I haven't tried you. Which one? Because every time you look to the right side, you've got a new right side. Right? So right now, this is my right side. But if you say to me, cast your net to the right from this position, I'm
then
going
it's like that way.
side.
Yeah. There's always something
There's
new.
always the right side,
Yeah.
right? And that is literally how I took it. And I just went with it.
Wow.
I did not stop. Like, I was waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning and I'd schedule emails. I'd write emails at 3 a.m. and schedule them to go out at 9:30 in the morning. Boom, 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 boom. Because the idea will come at that point. And I remember, like, sat in my office. You've been to my house. I sat in my office. I stayed in that office for 2 weeks, non-stop. I'd literally leave to go to the kitchen to eat and go shower. I was sleeping on the sofa in the office and I'd wake up and I'd work. So I'd take naps. I didn't sleep. I'd take naps in between. And that's where I Even Real was written. That's when Your Line was written. That's when 2 versus 10 was written. That's when...
So that's your other shows that are coming up with.
So 2 versus 10. I Even Real is now out. Your Line airs on Tuesday next week. I'm working on something else with another brand that I can't talk about right now. A little documentary I'm doing with a brand that I can't say yet. That's gonna come soon. And then there's the tech stuff that I'm doing that's gonna come out soon. I'm working with a big organization in Africa, which I can't really say just yet. That's gonna come out soon. So like all of those things happened because I kept casting my net to the right constantly, and it now feels like it was quick. But something just clicked, like Taf. Pick yourself.
Continue.
Pick yourself. You've sacrificed enough. Pick yourself.
Now it's time to choose you.
Yeah. You see all that energy that you'd have for everyone else, where you'd sit there and strategize. You're like, oh my God, like this has happened to this person.
If they do this, let
what
me
else
turn
can
that
we
energy
do?
to myself.
Yeah, what else can I do? What else can I do? That.
It's almost like you had to, everything, I mean, like you're saying, everything you were doing for everybody else, you had to in turn turn that for yourself.
100%.
I could talk to you all day, but we need to go. Thank you so much, first of all. And I'm so proud of you. Super.
Thank you.
You know this already.
But I'm proud of you though.
I
Look,
say this
we're
way.
back again.
I say this all the time, but you know, I am so proud of you. You inspire me as my friend. I look forward to all that you're going to do. And I know that you're going to do incredible, great things.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing all the new shows. I know you're going to make us laugh, keep us entertained, keep us glued to our seats. So, yeah. Watch out for more to come from Mako Studios.
Definitely more to come from Mako
Taking over
Studios.
the world.
And also, thank you for having me.
Of course. Anytime.
Thank you for always giving me a hard time.
Of course.
Thank you for always being a great friend above everything else. So I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, friend. Appreciate you.
Cool.
Alrighty, that is it for this episode. Make sure you check out all the other episodes if this is your first time here. Subscribe. Don't leave without subscribing, okay? And come back and join the gang, join the family, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.